For 30 years, Satan locked me in a prison cell where I felt like I had committed a sin that made me vile among all of the people of his kingdom. And for 30 years, he ruined my life. You see, that's what Satan's all about. He likes to destroy what God creates. And God said it's not good that a man be alone. And so I lived with that guilt, thinking that I had committed an unpardonable sin. And then some people helped me understand that God's grace wanted me to be His child and to be active in His kingdom. And so last summer, several people, James Norrid and others, got together and we started talking about a divorce recovery ministry to help other people flee that prison cell that Satan loves to lock us into. And so on a Sunday evening in the month of September, we got together and decided that Satan was not going to lock us in that cell any longer.
I grew up in the church and was a faithful member, but when I went through my divorce, there were difficulties that I faced that I had not thought that I would come up against. The first one being feeling quite isolated from my church family. I think when we're raised in the church, we are taught maybe that there's a right party and a wrong party, whereas really in a divorce, both parties are wrong. I'd been attending High Pointe for a while when I found out that we were going to start a divorce recovery group, and I was so excited. And I'll never forget the first meeting. I think when I walked in the door, we were all, you should have seen the look on our faces. We were all just amazed at the sheer number of people there. We knew if we had that many people there, just how many more could be there. You know, we got to just say a little thing about our divorce and what happened to us and talk about what we wanted from the divorce group. Then after that was over with, we got to share the war stories and things of that nature. But it really wasn't a place for us to be negative. We were all excited to be there. And so we got to share what we wanted, that we just wanted to be accepted. Some of us needed to know that God still loved us. Some of us wanted to know, hey, even though I'm divorced, can I serve? So it was just a really positive event for all of us. It's very important that High Pointe make a concerted effort to reach out to those of us who have gone through a divorce. As we've all heard, 50% of our population is experiencing divorce now, which unfortunately means 50% of our church population is going to feel it also. You know, if you look down your pew, there's probably somebody sitting on the pew with you today that has contemplated divorce, has gone through a divorce, or has been affected by it as a child or a loved one. And divorce and its all the things that come with it can be life experiences that can be good if God uses them, but it also can be eternally devastating if no one helps us.
Imagine a church that helps bind up the brokenness of divorce, addiction, loneliness, shares Christ, and sends people back into the world to serve others. What kind of church does this? A Christ-centered church with a Christ-centered mission.